Hi, crafters. A lot has happened, and I thought I would do a live. So here I am, waiting for people to come on and talk a little bit about my design classes and stuff like that. So I'm waiting for more people to come on live. Hi, I see there are already a few. Hi, Ma. Hi, Carrie. Hi. I hope you all are safe and well. I'm a little bit chilly today. I don't know what it is, but it's not that cold in the Netherlands right now. Last week we were on ice skates, and this week they told us that we have about 15 or 20 degrees outside. So, hi, Janice. Hi. But my hands are a little bit cold. Okay. What I'm up to this week and the next few weeks, I hope 2 to 3 weeks, but as you can see, I'm tearing off my wallpaper, and today we went to a shop. All shops are closed in the Netherlands, but if you call, you can order some wallpaper books and take them home and pick out your wallpaper and then order it. And so that's what I did. Me too. There is a moose in our yard. Got the pups in the house, thankfully. Yeah. Hi, Denise. Hi, Miss Laura. Good morning. Yeah, for you it's morning. For me it's almost 6 o'clock in the evening. So I just had my dinner. Um, so I went to the shop. I picked out some wallpaper and we ordered it, and it will be in about a week. But what I did is, I don't know if you normally can see that, but normally at that wall I have a big cupboard with all the stuff that I make. But if you can see, the old wallpaper is colored, and I need to take the shelves down. But all the wallpaper in my craft room is coming down, and I ordered some new wallpaper. So this week I will be very busy taking the wallpaper down, and then try to get a new organization in my craft room because we used to smoke in this room, and because of Lotje has her asthma, we stopped now for I think almost 2 years smoking in this room. So we only smoke outside, and I know it's a bad habit. I know, trust me, I know. But so the whole wallpaper is coming off, and I will keep you guys updated on the ugly state of my craft room. But I'm going to try to make a nice craft room again. What I ordered is a wallpaper that looks a little bit like um, Chesterfield kind of wallpaper. It's very pretty. I have some pictures here, but I don't know if it's very clear to see. Well, let me enlarge it a little bit. Maybe it's something you can see, but it looks a little bit like this. So that makes the wall look like it's a cushion. That's something I'm uh, I'm now planning to put on the walls. So something with a cushion and something with stripes, but yeah, it will look hopefully pretty. First things first. When I was tidying up my room, I found 4 of my very, very, very first exclusive die sets. I didn't put them into these envelopes. They still were in these envelopes, but I found 4. I still have 1 without an envelope, but I'm not going to show you what's inside. That will be a surprise for the people who buy my exclusive die set. But wait, I will tell you more in a few seconds. But the first 5 who order the cleaning set will get 1 of these for free. Just because I'm crazy and I like to do crazy stuff. Yeah, I will keep you guys updated. Hi, Crafty Lady. Hi, Tanya. Hiya, Friday. Yeah, I chose a very faint brownish gray. It's very faint. It's not a very harsh colors. I don't like harsh colors. So, oh, mine is 11. Everybody, please send some of your cooler weather to me. It's currently 27.8 degrees. Oh my goodness, Tanya, you can have a little bit of the cold from the Netherlands. I will send it over. Uh, oh, Dan, did you weigh it for shipping already? Um, well, this is not heavy at all, and it's possible to ship it in the same package. So I will take it out of this envelope and add it to the people who order the exclusive die set that I still have in the Etsy store, in my Etsy store. I just got your Lighthouse planner die yesterday. Oh, thank you. I will show you, Goni. Sorry, I had to read what Goni was saying to me. Let me show you. This week I made this card, and if you can see, oh, come on. Camera, please focus. I used the sponge that is in the set, and I used the dish soap bottle that's in the set, and the cleaning gloves. Those are in the set too. And in the set is a carpet beater. There is a bucket inside. There are more cleaning bottles. There is a plunger. And there is even a vacuum cleaner in the die set. And you can find the exclusive die set in my Etsy shop. But when I posted this card that I made on Instagram, people were asking me, what did you use? Can you make a list of what you used? So I thought I will show it in a live. I'm trying to see what you guys saying in the meanwhile. But I used this paper pack from Maya Design, of course, and it's called Miles Apart. That's what I used for the design paper. And I used a few different die sets. I used this one with the leaves. And when I'm done with the live stream, I will post all the links under this video so you know where to find them. So I used one of these two out of the set that comes like this. We call the planner dies, the typewriter, and the bucket. What size planner are they designed for? I was able to punch extra holes, but might want to buy the planner. The planner dies that I designed, Tanya, are for those A4 bound. Are they? Wait a minute. I don't know the correct size. I believe these are A5, but I want to double check before I say something very silly. But I have to look one of my planner dies up. So let me double check. I have the Lighthouse planner die here. So let me double check. I believe the books that I have are A5, but I want to double check if I'm correct. I think so, but I will tilt the camera so you can see what I'm doing. And yes, these binders that I have here are sold by Adam from KS Craft. If you can see, the typewriter is in there too. So all the planner dies that I design will fit in these kind of binders. And these binders are sold by the KS Craft Lover store. That's where I got mine. I store my smallest dies in these binders because then I'm not so afraid to lose any of those tiny dies that I like to design. But yeah, these, I believe they are A5, if I'm not mistaken. Hi, Maritza. Hi. I love that I can use the Lighthouse separately for slimline cards. Yeah, that was my option when I designed that one. You mean this set? Yeah. And that's why I did it like this, because then you would have the option to use only the Lighthouse or put it in a planner. Um, the second set that I used, and I will show in a second where I used it on my card, is this set. That's one that's sold by Bakey Cat, and I used this die. And what I did is I die cut it, and I cut it up in a few separate pieces. And I used it as a kind of a backdrop. So little tiny pieces of slivers. Here you see those branches that I used, that I showed a few seconds ago. And I will show you this one right now. So the one that's on top is from a doily set. And that set has all kinds of doilies. I'm sorry, I choked. Yeah, I used these two to make it look like there is something like, how do you call it? A tiara? Yeah, I thought it was fun because when you let it stick out like this, it looks a little bit like a tiara. So I like those binders. Keeps our small dice safe. Yeah, me too, Ma. I really like them. I didn't expect that I liked them so much, but yeah, I really like them myself too. So that one is in a set of 2, and it comes with also an other design in there. And then for the card base, so the card base, what I did is I die cut it, the frame from this set, and I just made, I die cut this one twice and then made the score line in one of them and put the tape on it and make them stuck to each other. So like this. So that's what I done. I put in a score line in the back page and make it stand open like this. So that's what I did for that one. And last but not least, I'm looking how I used this one. Oh yeah, now I know. I designed those, how do you call those sets? Those nesting sets with the perfect, how do I explain that? Layering nesting die set. And I like the square ones. Those are my personal favorites. And I used the third one in, and that one I used to make this layer. So when the live stream is over, I will put all the links to the die sets that I used myself to this. To be clear, the doll is not something that I designed. It's one of the brands from Magnolia. It's a Swedish company. And yeah, I used this miles apart paper to make the card because I got so many questions where I got all the tools. And yeah, so the cleaning tools I got out of my exclusive die set. And I will give you guys the link if you want to buy the cleaning house die set, because I have a few left, not a lot. And I will see if I can give you a direct link for it. And lots of you already have it, I know. But if you still want a set like that, you can find it here. And I will pin it on top. And the first 5 will get an extra exclusive die set that I brought out, I believe, 3 years ago. I found 4, so I thought it was fun to give those away for free, just as a thank you for buying my sets at this late time. If you remember, can you link the die binder after the live end, please? Tanya, I will write it down and see if I can find them. But I believe they were A5. So list, dice, and binder. I believe they are A5, but I wrote it down in my little brand new notebook. I needed a new one. So that's it. And then last but not least, 2 weeks ago, I started to do design classes, and I don't know if some of you joined them. I know a few of you joined them, of course, but each Friday I send out a new lesson. I made 5 tryout lessons because I didn't make them expensive, um, because of that most people pay me through PayPal. I don't have a lot left over meat on the bone, but I don't mind. I wanted to make them cheap, so the lessons are $18 for 5 lessons, and I'm now up to date. No, I'm not longer behind. I needed to film a few lessons up front, so and this morning I sent out lesson number 2, but I still get a lot of ask if people can join those lessons. Yes, you can still join those lessons. Each Friday you will get a new lesson, and when we are at lesson 5 and I don't get any questions anymore, I will stop with those 5 lessons. Then I like to know what people thought of those lessons, because yeah, some words are difficult to pronounce, or I don't know. So for me to make them in English is a little bit difficult, and I want to see with those lessons. That's why I made them cheap. If you like them, or the people who join, and if they are understandable, and if they are to a value, how do I say that? If I really teach you new things, taught you new things, that's, yeah, see, that's my problem. And that's why I hesitate to make online lessons, because when I want people, or when I ask people to pay for something, I want to be sure about what I do and how I do it and how I say it, and say it in the correct way. So yeah, it's a little bit of a tryout, but I hope for the people who join those lessons that they like them, and that they are to a value, that you learn something from them. So if you join them and you looked at the first 2 lessons, because I only sent out 2 now, let me know what you think about them, because I really honestly want your guys' opinion about those. Hi, Elaine. Raggedy Girl. Hello, Nicole. You are doing great job. Hi from the Scotch Oregon coast. Hi. Thank you. Yeah, it's sometimes it's hard, because when you are on live, I always feel that I can't think about my words. I need to know them, if you know what I mean. And then I get a little bit, how do I say, nervous, and frustrated with myself, because I know the words, but because I don't give myself the time to think about what I want to say, I sometimes use the wrong words. I know. Oh, South Oregon coast. I have to look that up where that's at, because I know, of course, where America is and stuff like that, but all the places and cities and where they are, and we only have provinces, so I'm not familiar with all the states and where they exactly are in America. So I have to look that up where it is. But yeah, I will do so. Hi, Linda. Hi. And Crafty, I received my record die and cleaning die said, love it. Thank you. Oh, that's great. How did you like the packaging, Linda? I hope you liked it. Hi, Nancy. I'm sorry. I just see you said hi to me. I spend a lot of time picking out the packaging and stuff like that, and I wanted to have them fancy. I got so much response when I was at the post office and delivering all those envelopes, those rose gold. Yeah, it was fun. I had fun delivering them there, and all the responses from the people who were working there. Nicole, you do a fantastic job on your English. Ah, thank you. Thank you, Diana. You are way too hard on yourself. Yeah, I know, but I think it's a Dutch thing. In the Netherlands, we are taught that we need to know a few different languages. And it's something that people expect you to do properly. So I think the fact that I'm harsh on myself is because I've been taught that it's normal to speak a lot of languages. Ah, thank you, Nancy. Don't say those things, then you make me blush. Hi, Barbara. Hi, sweetie. I will call you if you have time after the live stream. The packaging was beautiful and it's in my craft room put away. Thank you. I hope you will enjoy both sets. Thank you for buying them, Linda. And yeah, I hope you will enjoy them for a long time. I really do. And there is something else. I get not a lot, but I get sometimes emails from people who want to share their idea with me. And trust me, I really, really appreciate that. But the problem is that if you share your idea with me, it's not me that makes the decision if something is produced in a die set. It's something that sellers need to want and need to see the the usefulness. No. Okay, let me tell it in a different way. That's easier for me. The sellers invest their own money in a certain die. For instance, let me say that I make a die like this, and it's something that's never done before, or something that sellers think, well, there are already a lot of them out there. Then I have a hard time to convince sellers to buy the design and let them know that there is a lot of interest for a die like the die that I had in mind or that I have drawn. And so people think that I decide what dies are being produced, but that's not the case. I will give you an example. A sweet lady contacted me through email and told me, Nicole, I have a heart punch and I need a lot of those hearts, but after a while my hands hurt. Would you be able to make a die that I have a lot of those hearts and I have to run it once through my machine, and then I have a lot of hearts ready with one pass? Sweetie, that's no problem for me to design. That's for me an easy design. But if I offer something like that to the seller, they tell me, Nicole, there are so many hard dies out there, I'm not going to buy that design. And so if you come with me, if you email me with your idea, keep in mind that if it's something very common or if it's already out there, let's say 1 billion times, then sellers won't buy that design from me. And if they don't buy the design, they will not produce it. So keep in mind that it's not something that you only would like to have, but a lot of others too. Because sellers really need to take off a lot of dies. For instance, if they buy this design from me, they go to the factory and the factory tells the seller, listen, I want to produce that one for you, but then you have to at least buy 100. I just say a number. But if the seller thinks, well, I think I will only sell 20, then the seller will not let this be produced, because what must he do with 80 dies that are not sellable? And I asked the seller, what do you guys do with dies that you can't sell or won't sell great? And they tell me it's waste. They can't sell it. They can't reuse it. They can't melt the metal into new metal. That's not possible because of a coating that's going over these dies to prevent them for rust. So please know that it's not my decision if something is produced. If you buy a die set like this, yeah, then I can, for instance, one of the kind ladies came to me and told me about the record die. I know who you are. Don't don't think that I forgot. I have gray hairs, but I know, Tanya. But I made the die or the design. I went to the sellers and they told me I have no idea how they would use that and if there will be interest. And I have to be honest, even I didn't see the potential in the design. But since I don't want to be stubborn, I invested my own money into the first batch. They came in and they were sold out. I didn't know what struck me. So sometimes even I am wrong or, yeah, don't see the potential in things. But it's always difficult to know what die will sell well and what die don't. So, yeah, keep that in mind. If you send me your ideas, the seller needs to know how we would use a certain design or die or and if you are going to ask, listen, I want to have something like a border die. Border dies, sellers don't buy them. I have made a ton of them, but they don't buy them. I personally like border dies a lot, and I want to have a lot of different ones, but sellers don't buy them. I can't put in their minds how much we like them. It's hard sometimes. It's hard to convince them. Hi, Crafty Jam. Hi, Heather. Hi, Heather. We need to let sellers know that we would want these items and why. Yeah, that's true, Heather. Yeah, yeah. And I just want people to know that it's not my decision. I'm only the designer and nothing more. I'm not making those decisions. Sellers make those decisions themselves. For instance, today I made a lot of very nice designs. I offered them and they were all declined. So, or rejected. I think that's a better way to say it. Hi, Maria. Nice to see you too. Oh, I had to step away. It's a die in your hand on AliExpress. This one, yes. I will put the links in the description box after I'm done with this video. I will look them up because I believe this one is in RKS Craft or the KLJYP store, but I'm not 100% sure. And the one or two are out of Andy store, and one is out of Adam store, Bakey Cat store. Well, I have to look them up. Hi, 47. Yeah, 47. So what are you? So what are your designs saying? It's have a good taste. So what you are saying is I have a good taste in design. Yeah, Tanya, you have. Trust me, I had happened this to me before because I made a design and no seller would take it on. And then a new seller came to me and wanted to have a few of my designs. So I sold that seller the new design and it sold like crazy. So trust me, it even happens to me. But yeah, Tanya, when you're right, and I will fully admit it. You were right. That's true. I just throwing it out there. There's not a lot of slimline length border dies. Perhaps you could try that with them and see if they will buy a set. Tanya, nope, tried it. They don't want to buy them. The only thing they want to buy are those longer cloud dies, a road die. I made one with a wave. But what they do is they look at, for instance, brands, look at what brands bring out, and they want me to design something that can be used for the same purpose. For instance, Lanvin brings out a road die, then they will sometimes, not always, ask me to make a road die. Okay, then I make my own road die, make it sure that it's not the same as theirs. So people have an option to buy or the Lanvin one or mine design. And those ones they want to buy just because the brand or other brands bring something like that out. That is something that will happen. But if I offer them myself, most of the time they reject them. Border dies. Hi, Winstar. First time joining. I love your dice since finding them about months ago. Ah, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind compliment. The ones buyers don't want to make, can you put them in your Etsy store as a digital cut file? That's not always possible. I know what you mean, and I wished it was possible, but I will let you know why. Let me see if I can give you an example. I think this is a good example of the two. And I have multiple examples, but for instance, if you take this die and you look at the intricate holes that are in there, those holes, some cutters can cut these holes this tiny and make them really circular. Most of the time, because they are so tiny, they come out oval shaped. Trust me, it happened a billion times that I tried to cut it out with my digital cutter and that some of the holes are just plain oval and not round. Then in dies, I can make these kind of impressions. What does a die do? When they push into the paper, they make a curved line like this. And then if you enlarge it, you would see it. That's the same thing if you cut a piece of paper or die cut a piece of paper. You always see that the edges are a little bit rounded. If I put those designs in my store, you can make them with your digital die cutter, but they won't look as good as you die cut them with a cutting die. That's the biggest problem. I could put all the dies that I design in my store. That won't be a problem for me. But I'm afraid of those people that come to me and say, well, it doesn't cut well, it's too close to the edge, my machine doesn't take it. I can't handle those comments. I just can't. So when I make things that look pretty and have intricate lines in them, I will not put them in my Etsy store just to protect the buyer and myself. I don't want to get those negative feedbacks because you have to keep in mind that you and I know how a machine works, know the limits of a machine. But there are beginners too, and they think when they buy a design like this that it will be just as pretty cut with the machine as cut with the die, and that's not the case. That's the same with the stitch edges. If you have a die with stitch edges and you die cut it, it looks pretty. But if you take that same product and cut it out with your digital cutter, you will only have slits cut into your paper, and the stitch line will not be obvious, if you know what I mean. So in those details are the differences between a digital cut file and a cutting die. That's why I keep on using the dies besides my machine, because my machine just can't make these look as pretty as a cutting die can. That's the biggest problem. I get it, but yeah, they are missing out, Heather. I know. I know. Hi, Gail. Do you think any store will buy the planner reinforcements? Gail, I can make. For instance, today I made a new planner die with hole reinforcers in there, in them, and finally the seller bought it. But if I only make a set of dies purely as hole reinforcers, they won't buy it. But if I put those hole reinforcers inside another die, then they will buy it. And you can hit me as hard as you want, but I just don't know why. I don't get them sometimes either. So, yeah. Or sometimes I get in a request. I tell them, please ask the seller for this design. And then I do not hear anything about it. That's or the person did not contact the seller about it, or the seller had talked to the person, but he didn't believe in it, so he doesn't ask me to design it. Sometimes I just don't know either. I have to find out later on. Sometimes they tell me stuff and sometimes they don't. I don't like the seam dies because they are not my style. Me neither. I know what you mean, Tanya. Someone posted long, elegant borders in another group, and everyone went crazy wanting the link. I never did find it. Yeah, I know, Tanya. I'm a border lover too, but sellers don't want to buy them, and that's the problem. I wish they would. I really wish they would. And maybe it helps if we all ask for border dies at the sellers. Maybe then I will finally get them ask me to design them, because all the ones that I made, I throw them away because I was a little bit PO of not able to sell them. Yeah, sometimes it's frustrating for me too. Hey, Nicole, please say hi to me. And my name is Praja. Oh, I will try. Prajakta. Prajakta. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm just a stupid Dutch girl. Okay, I understand that. Thank you, crafty lady. And it's just, I want people to be happy with something they bought and not complain that they don't get the same outcome. And because I know the limits of machines, that's why I don't put those dies into my Etsy shop. Trust me, I wish that was possible, because if that was possible, I have to be honest, I would make a lot of more money on them. But yeah, I have to be open and honest, and only sell what's possible to make look good. Hi, Tamara. Hi. Yeah, Tamara is one of my biggest inspiration sources. She makes such stunning cards. I keep on saying that, Tamara, but yeah, you are one big inspiration for me. I always like to look at your cards and think, how did she come up with such a simple, small detail on a card? And then I think, why didn't I think of that? So yeah, all regards to you. I really still like your cards. Can you possibly put down the links in the information? Heather, I will put all the links in the information box after I'm done with the live stream, because Now with the live stream, I can't put in those links. I have to wait until I stop the live stream. But I will put the links in the description box below. Which group do you think is most likely to listen and understand an English message? Tanya, the most I think will be Adam from KS Craft or Andy from Andy Store. Those two, Adam speaks the best English, Andy a little less, Becky a little less than Andy, and so on. So yeah, the best option you will have is at Case Craft. Oops, contact info for sellers. What do you mean by oops, contact info for sellers? Oh, Heather, if you want to contact a seller, just go to the store on AliExpress. And there is always in every single ad is a little link, I believe on the left side of your page. If you scroll a little bit down, contact seller. So you can contact them through AliExpress. Of course, I have their email addresses, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share those. So I won't share those. But if you want to contact the seller, you can do it through Instagram, because I know Andy and Adam have, so Andy Store and KS Craft have Instagram, or you can do it through AliExpress. By the way, the envelope, the record die came in. It's pretty. Oh, that's great news. I'm so happy you finally got it. Yeah, I'm now waiting for people to, for sellers to go back to work so I can order the last batch. You're most welcome, Tamara. Nicole, I think Surprise Creations would make those long border dies. Yeah, Craft Eccentricity. I had a little bit of struggle with her last week. She was asking me to make a few dies. I made them and then she rejected them. So, yeah, I will ask, but sometimes she's a tough cookie. Hi, Chateau. Hi. I admire your dice and I'm in love with it. Thank you. Thank you, Tamara. Yeah, that is a real compliment from somebody I look up to in card making. You make stunning cards. Yeah, totally the style that I would love to make them as well. Sometimes I'm even a little bit jealous at the way you, how do I say that? Do the layouts? Yeah. Oh, you every time you know how to surprise me. I really am a fan of your work. Ah, yes, that's right. I remember that now. I will be contacting them all. Thank you, Heather. Thank you. Hello from Surrey, England. Oh my goodness, the name. I hope your name is Bailey, but I'm not sure how to pronounce the first word. I'm a little bit afraid to mess up. Garnier? Genior? No. How on earth do I pronounce that? See, I'm a little bit afraid to pronounce this because I just don't know how. Hi, Patty. Hi. Waiting on my stylist. Waiting on my stylist. Oh, getting my hair cut. Oh, that's cool. I hope in 2 weeks I can finally go to the hairdresser as well. But we are now 10 weeks in lockdown, Ben? Yeah. 10, 12 weeks in lockdown? I'm not sure about how many weeks in total, but yeah, and now we have to still wait until 2 weeks, but see how long and thick and tired my hair is. So I'm a little bit jealous that you can go to a hairdresser. Yeah, Heather. Question, where do I buy dice on AliExpress? I get your dice from Amazon. Winstar, yeah. KS Craft is a seller on AliExpress and he opened an Amazon store. But underneath all my normal videos, so not my live stream videos, but underneath all my normal videos, there is a description box, and there you can find all the links to the dies that I show in that video. I have a few stores: Surprise Creations, Bakey Store, Andy Store, and there is one more. Oh yeah, KLJUYP Store. Those sell my dies. But I know that's a lot to take in right now. But if you go to my other videos and you click the description box open, you will find all the direct links to all the dies that I showed in that video. So then you know how you can find them. Gainer, okay. Gainer. Thank you for explaining, because that's easier to pronounce for me. I'm so sorry. Crucify's Crafting. I got the record die and my order from your seller at AliExpress with cat in her name. I really like them all. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to make the Princess Wagon and the TV. Thank you. I'm happy you got the record die. And please, 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 if you, the ones who bought the record die, make something with it. Would you please do me a favor? And if you put it on Instagram, can you please tag me? Because I really, really want to see what you make with it. Because, like I told you, I was a little bit stubborn too, and I didn't know how to use them. So if you can give me an idea on how you guys would use it if you bought one, yeah, I would love to see them. So please don't forget to tag me. My Instagram name is Nicole's Paper Crafts. I got them a few days ago. Oh, that's great. Then they were fast this time. Thank you, Winstar. Hi, Nicole, and everybody in the chat. Hi, Caitlin. Hi. Yeah, I'm was just coming on to show you that I'm going to take off my wallpaper. Finally, I made room in my craft room. One area is empty. There is already a big piece of carpet away, but this old wallpaper is coming off. We already painted the ceiling back to white, and so this wallpaper is coming off, and we ordered new wallpaper today, so I can't wait. I'm enjoying making the memory decks. I do nails and I display my nails art designs on them. That's a cool idea. Oh, then I think you will love the new ones that I made. I made a few very nice new ones. What was the other one? Oh, I made one with how do I say that? I made a few new shapes, but those aren't sold yet to the sellers. But I know I also designed a few that sellers took. So yeah, there will be a few new memory decks ones coming out soon. And if you have an idea on a certain something that you would like to see in a memory decks, let me know, because I'm always looking for ideas. It's always fun to know if people have a great idea that I can produce can draw and hopefully let the sellers produce in a die. The garden trellis die you mentioned, which store do I need to stalk? That's let me double check. See, I become old and gray and forget stuff like that. I believe. No, it was not. No, it's not Andy. Was it Bake? No, it's not Bakey either. I'm now looking through the files to what seller I sold what design. Oh, and do you know what I also made? I made portholes. And I'm in love with them myself. Who bought those? Oh, I know. KLJUYP store. So the store that works together with KS Craft Store. So I think when those trolleys are out, that Hannah will do a video about them, because the KLJYP store and KS Craft Store owners are friends. So yeah, that store will bring out the fence trolley item that I made. Yeah, I love the memory decks. Late to the party, but loving it. Thank you. Yeah, I really enjoy making them. And now Ben is designing now a new set of hinges. So for all mini albums and stuff like that. I and what he is having on up until now, I personally love. I was shocked on how good they look. So yeah, I can't wait to see him finish those designs. I'm so excited to see more new designs. I see what you mean about Bakey, because he really needs to have samples. Yeah, I'm sure he would sell way more. Do you have same where do you have sames where we can see them? Mandy, trust me, I told him this over and over and over and over again, that he needs to put samples in his store, that he needs to use the pictures that people send him. But the problem is that he doesn't listen. I don't know why. I think, but that's just something I think. I think he is a little bit young and doesn't understand the importance to do that. That's something that's crossing my mind. But trust me, I told him a billion times. He told me, yeah, I will do. And then I see a few days later that he changed up one or two with a picture. But then I think, and all the other ones then. But yeah, for me, it's sometimes also a struggle. Oh yeah, I love nautical dives. Waiting for the lighthouse to arrive. Portholes will be certain purchase. Tanya, I think you will go to love this porthole. I made it so you can hinge it. You can even make the porthole itself into a card. I put in an extra die so you can make it into a shaker. And I put in the real portholes. They are screwed with those butterfly screws, if you know what I mean. I even draw those. So I can't wait to see those finished. Samples of your design you sold to him. Yeah, but Mandy, that's not possible. If I'm going to show you the designs that I sold to him, then other sellers can steal them, because I only have the drawings, if you know what I mean. I don't have ready. I'm not making from every die that I design a project. So I can't, that's not possible for me. That's why I desperately need Tracy to do my tutorials. I can't make something from each and every die that I design. That's not possible time-wise. But yeah, trust me, he is sending out dies to designers. They make stuff with it, and then I think, how easy is it to ask them for the picture and put them in your shop? I told him over and over and over and over again, and it even frustrates me. But it is his own loss, if you know what I mean. If he doesn't want to listen, when will the tape cassette be ready to order from KS Craft? Pom 88 Pom, I don't know. I know that sellers will start production around the 22nd or 23rd of this month. And then it will take about 1.5 weeks up until 2 weeks before dies are ready. But the problem is that KS Craft buys so many of my designs that I don't know what designs he sends off to the factory first. So if you really want to know a date, then please contact KS Craft, because he bought the design and he can tell you how long it will be for it is ready. That stuff I normally don't know. I see them almost at the same time you guys see them, that they are ready, and then I'm shocked. Oh, are they ready? Oh, they look pretty and real and stuff like that. And then I'm like a lunatic behind my computer and sitting here with a big smile on my face, and then looking like this at my screen. So yeah, most of the time I'm just as surprised what's coming out as you. Okay, I know what I designed, but I don't know when it will be released. That's something that happens to me a lot. Oh, wait a minute. I'm behind on what you guys say. Oh, Linda says hi to you, Ben.
Hi, Beck.
Hi, Beck. Hi, Linda. Seeing the dice made up by people helps me decide to buy it or not. Caitlin, I totally agree. Trust me, sweetie, I'm with you on that. But yeah, if they don't want to listen, I can't help it. Yeah, a picture says 1,000 words. I'm totally, yeah. Oh my God, it sounds amazing. Can't wait. Hi, Vicky. Hi. Can you make a new slimline die with the borders embedded in the dice itself? That way they will be all on one plate. I'm trying to think of what you mean. Dear Nicole, do you have a list with links of your dice? Where can we see all of your created dice? Oh, Tamara, that's a big... Whew. That's almost not possible. That's how many I made. But the best thing I always advise is put the sellers that I designed for in your favorite list on AliExpress, favorite seller list on AliExpress. And if you look on a desktop computer, then it's more obvious. That's why I say it like that. Then you go to cutting dice and then designs, and then it states designed by Nicole. And in that area, you will find all the dice that I designed for that seller. That's the only way I can do it. I tried to keep up with putting all the links in a Facebook group, but I can't find the time to keep a list. That it's almost not possible. So yeah, that's the best thing you can do. Put the sellers in your favorite seller list in your AliExpress account, and then once in a while look if they have new ones under my name. And yeah, that's the best way. Or look under the videos that I make, because there I post all the links. I made so many. So many. I can't keep up with it myself. Your husband really liked to design. You have a competition. Yeah, I sure have. I contacted him to do photos and samples, and he simply told me how I could purchase this product. Wait a minute, I have to read this again. I contacted him to do photos and samples, and he simply told me how I could purchase his product. I think it was a language barrier, but it's a shame since I have a lot of time on my hands. Yeah, I get you. I totally get you. Supposed to say encased in the die. Spell check changed it. Okay. Vic, do you mean like nesting dies? Something like that? Because I make a lot of those. Do you have a drawing picture of your die set with what the parts are, so we can see what the part is what? I was looking at the dice and I didn't understand what parts. I think, Chrissy finds that you mean the 3D ones, but for most of them, Tracy Farr on YouTube has a tutorial for them. Not all, because she works really hard, but she makes all my tutorials. So, and from all dies that I designed, I get dies in and then I make a video on them. And most of the time I tell it in those videos as well, where all parts go. But if it's still not clear to you, you can always email me and I'm always willing to help you out. But I can't post my drawings because if I do that, I have the same problems all those brands have. They copy me as well because they see that you all like my design so much. And I'm really thankful for that. Don't get me wrong. But because you guys like my design so much and buy them so much, they look at each other and then they see, oh, well, that seller sold a lot of that design. Let me make a copy of that. And if I then post my drawings, then for them it's even more easier to copy them. That's the biggest problem I have with posting my own drawings. Tamara, she designs for 5 stores, I think. Yeah, if you go to the store and click on the designs by tab, her will come up. Yeah, and Tamara, it can be done on your cell phone too, but then you have to. There is a little icon that has three stripes. 3 is a hard word. If you click on that and then you go to the same subject, so like cutting dies designed by Nicole, it's possible to do it on your cell phone too, but it's a little bit more complicated. That's how I found you from Tracy Farr. Okay. Yeah, Tracy does all my tutorials because I haven't seen anyone and I didn't look for it, so there will be way more people, but I think Tracy does a brilliant job and I feel super blessed that she does my tutorials. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Will you put a link to Tracy's channel in the description box when you are done? Let me see if I can find it real quick for you. Then I have an excuse to take a sip of my tea. I will put a link here. Paste. This is the YouTube channel to Tracy, her YouTube channel. Would you even consider doing a set of dice with a witch theme like a pentagram, crystal wand, Benson broom, and cauldron? Yeah, I can do that, but then I have to do that somewhere around June, July, because then sellers will ask me for Halloween dies, and then they would be more eager to buy the design, if you know what I mean. Oh, is that so, Tanya? I didn't know. The icon with the 3 lines is nicknamed a hamburger menu because it looks like a hamburger. Yeah, okay. See, every day you learn something new. I really didn't know it was hamburger menu. That's a cool name. I think it's a little bit funny. Add the border dies to the center of the die as an extra, so it will be all cut. Okay, add the border die to the center of the die as an extra, so it will all be cut as one die, one plate. The way you edit the things to the planner die. Oh, but that's what I do. But the problem then, okay, I will show it to you. I will show you what I mean. Let me say that this is the area I can make something in. A slimline die is around the same length. But normally when I make something like this, you mean this area is normally open. And I know what you mean. But the problem is that I can make here a border die inside. That's no problem. But it will always be shorter than the page itself. So then we have to make it longer, if you know what I mean. And that's not something I want to do. If I want to have a border for something, I want to be able to cut it once and that it will be even a little bit longer than where I want to use the border on. And that's my biggest problem. I want them to know that we like border dies and that we use border dies and that I can make them as long as my page is long or as my project is long. And that's the biggest problem. Now I put them inside of these planner dies, like I put other dies inside other dies like this, but then they always be a little bit shorter than the actual page. And that's something I wanted to avoid. Nicknamed, yeah. Yeah, I know what you meant, Tanya. Yeah. So, yeah, that's always a little bit of a struggle. That's the same thing with the tower. This tower, if you see, will fit inside here. But it's always a little bit shorter. See? The tip is not coming all the way to there. It's to here. And yeah, I'm somebody who hates it when a border is just that little bit too short. Oh, I hate that. I'm not sure why it's called, but you could add the long border dies, but keep the ends so they don't cut. That way we can make them any length. Yeah, that would be a trick. What? Not why? Oh my God, spell check. Yeah, yeah, that would be an idea, Tanya. But yeah, yeah, I could do that. But then I'm missing the rounded corner, and I'm not as good as cutting a round corner by hand, if you know what I mean. So if you attach a border to the outside rather than the inside, do they tell you they don't want the design? Heather, why didn't I think of that? You are one smart cookie. That's something I can do. I'm so used to the fact to stay inside of a cutting die. See? I have already plans in my head. See, that's when I roll my eyes that I'm thinking about all the options. I could do one border to each planner. It's an idea. See, that's why I need you guys to shake me awake and tell me why don't you put them on the outside. Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah. Yeah, but they can tell me that why do you want that border? Oh, yeah. I'm afraid they will say, well, can you make the border a little bit shorter so it will fit inside? That's a possibility that they can do that to me, but let me give it a try, Heather, especially for you. But they are great, even shorter. You must be creative. Borders are so lovely. Yeah, I use them a lot and a lot of times. Yeah, Tamara, trust me, I see that you use them a lot and I like the ones you use. I would only wish they would see in a die what we see in a die and that they don't mind producing them. I now designed a new for instance, what I also like, and I think Tamara, you will like those too. I like a border die that you have, if you cut it, that it's cutting off. Then the same one, but done then with no end cut, so you can make the border on a longer piece of paper. And I like border dies that are mirrored. So if you have a border die, that the mirrored images is attached to it and that you can use it as a belly band, if you know what I mean. So what I did today, I designed a planner die and put those 3 options inside the die set. So yeah, trust me, Tamara, after Heather her brilliant brainwave, I will see if I can cheat in that way and put them on the outside instead of putting them on the inside. Yep, I see that's being said. You let me know who you will send to and I will send them a message. Heather, normally with new things, KS Craft is most likely the one who is willing to try out something new. When buying your digital cutting files on Etsy, does it come with instructions to tell how many parts of each piece to cut out? I finally got myself a cutting machine. Oh, Caitlin, please do me a favor. If you buy a cutting file from my Etsy store, look if Tracy made a tutorial about it. Look on Tracy, her videos, and if she did a tutorial about it, she will tell in a video how many parts you need of each. Because I just don't have time to do those tutorials, and I will never, ever, ever be as good as Tracy does them. So if you want to save yourself a lot of headache and frustration with me, look if Tracy did a tutorial, and then you can, if you want, of course, buy the designs because she will explain in each and every video how many parts you need of a certain items. Most of the times, I believe 99 of the 100 that I have, if you need 6, I put in the cut file 6 of those pieces. So that will also tell you how many you need. Or I put in one and then I edit the phrase cut 6 times, something like that. So I do them in my files, but if you are a beginner, I think it's very helpful to have the tutorial that Tracy does, because one, she speaks a way better English than I do, and she does it in a way calmer pace than I can. And yeah, I think she's brilliant. I love her. I love her for it. Great. I can't wait to see them. Yeah, they are not sold yet, Tamara, but hopefully. I cross my fingers, and in about a week and a half, they will be at full production again. So maybe then they will like my new ideas and buy the designs that I made. I offered them today to Andy, but he rejected them. And I offered them also to Surprise Creations, and they rejected them as well. But I have to be honest, they already bought a few of my new designs. So I don't know. Maybe it's a money thing. Maybe it's that they can't produce right now. Anyway, so I have no clue. I offer them, they look at them, and then they say if they want them or not. So that's how it works. Nicole, the design classes you mentioned, it's not too late to buy them, but it's going to be open for questions for a while. Okay, wait a minute. I have to read that again. Nicole, the design classes you mentioned, it's not too late to buy them. That's correct. But is it going to be open for questions for a while? Okay, Tanya, I sent out lesson number 2, and I taped lesson number 3. So the one you will get next Friday, I already have that one ready. I will always like to be one step ahead of what I send out. So what I do is you have the time up until lesson number 5 to ask me questions. And if I get a lot of questions, of course, I'm not um, afraid to make a sixth lesson and to give answer to questions. But after that, I will not do a seventh or an eighth lesson. That's not something I plan to do. Even the sixth lesson I wasn't planned on doing, because that's why I made the lessons so cheap. But I'm not the most I'm not the worst person in the world, so I do not mind if that would help some of you, that I would make a sixth one. But if I can, I will keep it at 5. So yeah, you have some time to ask your questions. And if it's something that you are trying to design and you can't figure it out, you can send me a personal email and I will try to help you personally. That's no problem as well. I'm having trouble installing the Silhouette program. Did it take a while to install for you? Heather, what kind of problems do you have? Because it's a free thing, and yeah, it depends on how fast of an internet connection you have, but it has a lot of MBs. Do you say MBs in English as well? I think so. Mbits. Yeah. So it takes a while before it's installed. But if there is something not clear, let me know and I will try the best I can to help you. That's no problem. Okay, sweet people, I'm going to go. I wish you all a nice evening, day, morning, whatever and wherever you are. Stay safe, stay well. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, I will see you soon, maybe when I took off all the wallpaper. I have no clue, but don't be alarmed if you don't speak to me in a few days. I will keep you guys updated. Have a nice evening or day or morning to all of you. And thank you for joining me. Bye bye.